Gosh, who predicted this about 5 months ago? Oh, that's right, it was me. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining me for today's episode. And as you may or may not know, Kemper just announced a new product. It's called the Kemper Player. And it was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, I did a video on like what's to be expected in the upcoming months. And I predicted that Kemper would be coming out with a new unit. Now, I was hoping they'd come out with a new mothership, that would have a whole new algorithm regarding profiling and stuff like that. But I was partially right because I knew they were coming out with something. I just had a feeling. And so they're coming out with the Player. So now that they're coming out with that unit, they're actually going to be able to compete with some of the lower priced units and gain a lot of their market share back. And Kemper's been around for a long time, and they're pretty much a staple in the industry. Everybody, is using them. I mean, they're just freaking everywhere. Studios, stages, practice rooms, living rooms, bathrooms, who knows? And they're just all over the place. And people have been wanting a lower priced unit that's more of a player than a profiler for years, because a lot of people just don't use the profiling aspect of it. It's not as easy to do as people think it is. So I think it's really cool that they came out with this unit, because now a lot of people that didn't want to spend the $1,600 or whatever, $1,800, depending on which unit you're looking at, on one of those units, now they can get something for $698, and that includes free worldwide shipping. Now, this unit is going to compete with products like the CORTEX and with the HX Stomp and products like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specs. Let's go on the website now and see what it has to offer. All right, so here we are on the website. So let's scroll down and see what this has to offer. Basically, it says the Kemper Profile Player is the latest and most complete serving of professional amp tones and studio-grade effects per footprint. Requiring only the floorboard space of 2 standard distortion pedals, the Profiler Player turns any pedal board into an arena-grade touring rig. And what's more, the Player indeed itself is already the arena-grade touring rig that fits in every guitar bag. It offers the full arsenal of Kemper amp tones. Yes, the amp section of the Player sounds identical to the amp section of its famous big brothers. It loads any amp profile from the vast library of existing free and commercial profiles. Selected effects settings, IR loading, and switching capabilities at home, in the studio, in the rehearsal room, and on stage. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. So you can connect your phone to the Player by Bluetooth to play along with your guitar licks to Spotify. You can connect this to the Kemper Power Cab. You can also add pedals and foot switches, MIDI, USB, all that kind of stuff. And it has 4 effect blocks. I'm assuming 2 in front of the amp and 2 behind the amp. So you have, you can run a drive or whatever in front, and any other kind of effect that you want to run in front of the amp. And then you got an effects loop that allows you to, do 2 effect pedals internally afterwards. So yeah, and then you also get the delay and reverb spillover at any time. So that's awesome, which basically means you get trails. So if you switch out of a wet preset into a dry one, you still get the trails to kind of merge those together, and you don't get that weird dry stop, with the effects. That's nice. So let's take a look at it. So this is what it looks like. Looks like it'll take up the same kind of space as a HX Stomp. Pretty similar anyways. You don't have a screen on this, so you're probably going to want to use the app, the mobile app, or Rig Manager when you're dialing in everything. But once you get your tones dialed in, you'll be set. And what I like about this is it's going to stop everybody from tweaking so much and over tweaking and doing the option paralysis thing, which is something I've been preaching on for a while. So let's take a look at some of the other pictures of it. There's another angle, and then you have the I/O here. So you have the guitar in. You have a left and right out via 1/4 inch. You have a headphone jack. You can put in a expression pedal here. You also have XLR. So you can have stereo out, which I like because I use stereo effects. So that's really nice as well. There's your USB jacks and all that happy stuff. Another angle. So yeah, I think this thing's going to offer a lot. Now, one of the things I've always really liked about the Kemper is the effects. I always thought the effects in a lot of ways are superior to its competitors. I love the delays, I love the choruses, and you know, the reverbs are glorious. It's just amazing. They could use a little more in the overdrive section, but I think what they have is adequate for now, and I'm sure they'll be adding more. So I'm really excited about this product, and I think that Kemper is going to gain a lot of market share with this, because there's a lot of people, like I said earlier, that were like, I just, you know, I don't want to do the whole profiling thing, and I don't want to spend, you know, $1,700 or whatever for something that I'm just going to use as a player. And everybody wants smaller stuff now, you know, and it's kind of like cell phones. They came out, they were kind of big, and then they got smaller, and now they're, you know, finding the sweet spot with the size. And I think that that's what a lot of modelers or profilers are doing now. They're finding that sweet spot where it's about the size of 2 stomp boxes, doesn't take up a lot of room, very portable, and a lot more affordable. And I think a lot of people are going to buy it for those reasons. And now they have access to tons and tons and tons of amazing profiles that are on the marketplace. I mean, Kemper has probably the most guitar tones available compared to everybody else, because it's been out for 12 years now or something like that. And because of that, there's just this huge, vast amount of profiles available to people. So I think the market in that regard is going to do well also because of this, because they're going to get a lot of new users who want to check out the profiles. And looks like I'm going to be getting back to work on making a bunch more profiles for people myself, so that those people have a lot of awesome high gain and awesome clean profiles to choose from. So I'm going to be working really hard on stocking up a bunch of more profiles on my website, tonewars.com, for all of these new users. So keep your eye out for that. I'll be doing some more ads for those very soon. And yeah, it's an exciting time. You know, I mean, it's great that all this new gear is coming out. And it's been said a million times. I mean, we live in the golden age of guitar gear. I mean, there's just so many great pieces of gear out there to choose from. And I think Kemper is going to give its competition a run for its money in this regard, because it's priced to compete with a lot of the units out there that do a great job at what they're doing, but a lot of them don't do profiling. And this is an all-in-one unit. So you get the profiles, and you get the effects and everything. And yes, you're going to give up a little bit of real estate regarding switches and things like that. But for a lot of people, it's going to have more than what they need as far as effects and stuff like that goes. And it doesn't sound like they sacrificed any quality. They just made it smaller and more affordable and took out the profiling aspect of it. But again, I think 90% of the people that use Kempers don't use the profiling aspect of it anyways. They usually buy their profiles from professionals like myself and others out there. So I totally get that. And this is a really smart move on Kemper's part. And I'll probably be doing some demos of the unit as soon as some of them get shipped and come in. Maybe Motor City Guitar will be carrying some, so I'll be reaching out to them to see if they have them in stock. And if so, I'll do some demos with it. So what do you guys think about this? Is this really good news for you? Is this something you've been looking for a while? And just share your thoughts below on what you think about this new Kemper unit. Well, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will be updating you guys as you know, I get more news about the unit, and especially if I get one in here, I'll definitely be doing a demo of it for you guys. Well, to all my Patreon supporters and subscribers, thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel and you like what I do here, please subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified every time I either go live or come out with another episode. Well, I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.